What is particularly interesting for 2014, according to Kavishe, is that vehicle sales have been an indicator of not only government expenditure, but that it has also been a very good indicator for consumption within the market. Vehicle sales in Namibia increased by 5% in 2014.
Now, at the beginning of the year, the government set out a budget of about less than 1 billion, 900 million basically for vehicle sales. And we're at October, that's the latest data we've found, and the total amount of vehicles that we have is already at 5.8 billion. Okay. Now from that 5.8 billion, you can already assume that a big chunk of that is also going to come from consumers. Now this year will always be an outlier because it's election year. We've already seen a lot of articles which have been written concerning extreme increased expenditure, especially in your light commercial vehicles and passenger vehicles, and we saw that as well with our data. We're talking about a 75% increase in the light commercial vehicles during that specific period as opposed to the period before that, which is basically your small buckies and your medium buckies, which, as you've also noted, based on what we've seen during the elections period, this has been a big amount.
The inflation for vehicles currently is higher than 10%. There are certain makes that has seen a price increase of almost 30% since last year. However, this did not at all cause for lesser sales.
The respite that they've received in their taxes, most of that has gone into the purchase of vehicles. These numbers can also be further reflected with what's been happening in our foreign reserves. Now, foreign reserves have fluctuated quite this year, and the last numbers were at about 13 billion, and then we had an increase in SACU revenue, as it's called, and that increased the numbers up again. But generally, if you just look at the normal metrics, if you exclude SACU revenue, you would find that this number has been declining. And what is that telling us? Is that people are definitely buying more products from outside Namibia.
Between 12 and 20% of all monthly imports to Namibia are vehicles.